Thank you, Tony. Now we're working new developments on last night's lockdown at Landmark Medical Center.
Investigators say this man, Jose Giles, was in a standoff with police outside the hospital for 2 hours. Today, he appeared in court, and we learned this is not the first time this has happened. Giles was arrested for a similar incident 21 years ago. We first brought you this as breaking news last night at 10 and 11. New at 6, we have an exclusive interview with the officer who took the gun away from Giles right as he fired a shot. Eyewitness News reporter Susan Campbell joins us now live outside Providence District Court.
The police officer tells me he didn't really have much time to think about what was going on. He says he saw Jose Giles flinching, looking like he was going to pull the trigger. That's when the officer leaned in and smacked the gun away. A man with the gun, a hospital on lockdown, and quick-thinking cops.
You really don't think about it at the time, you just react.
Police tell Eyewitness News Jose Giles was parked near the ambulance entrance at Landmark Medical Center when he threatened suicide. Police say they negotiated with him for about 2 hours. When Giles got out of his truck, the special response team moved in. Lieutenant Brad Scully was the first officer to reach the suspect.
I could see his facial change from being like shocked that I was there to the point where then he was become angry at some point, and I could see the gun slowly go up to the top of his forehead. And just as I saw his eyes, like, you know, he just starts to flinch like he's gonna pull the trigger, I was able to get close enough where I just smacked the gun out of it. When I hit the gun, it went off and the round went right by his hair. And I'm glad, you know, ultimately that it worked out. He was safe, he saved his life, you know, because later on, somewhere down the line, he's going to look at it and think, I'm glad I didn't do it. And
Giles is facing several weapons charges and 1 count of resisting arrest. His bail was set at $25,000 with surety. Now, according to court records, Giles was convicted of a similar incident back in 1993 that also happened at Landmark Medical Center. Mike and Shannon.
Susan, fortunately, no one was injured in this incident. I know you talked to the hospital about their procedures to keep people safe. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, when I spoke with Landmark CEO over the phone today, he said he was very happy that all of the protocols that were in place worked properly. Of course, as you know, the emergency department was partially evacuated last night. Some patients had to be moved out of that area, and some ambulances were also diverted away. But the CEO says at no point was anybody in any immediate danger, and he says that patients' care was not interrupted at all. So again, as you mentioned, nobody was injured in this incident, and the CEO was very happy with how it all turned out.
And Susan, we understand they call an incident like this a code silver. How often do they train for something like what happened last night?
Yeah, so the CEO of Landmark again tells me that code silvers are they train for these when employees are hired during a part of their orientation. That's what they go through. And he says, actually, not because of this, but Landmark is in the process of reviewing all of its drills procedures, and he says that these drills will be performed at least once a year moving forward.
Well, they and certainly the police officers on the scene did a great job of helping all of this end peacefully. Susan, thank you very much.